Hey there. Welcome to Learned by Doing, a podcast by me, Megan Smila-Burke. You can find this pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Substack. I've done a lot, have learned a lot, and this is a space to share lessons picked up along the way. By now, I'm sure you've heard, say thank you for your patience instead of I'm so sorry for the wait. So today, let's add some depth to how you manage your readers' expectations in response to what you're writing. These tips are especially relevant when writing emails, but be forewarned, these tips are manipulative, and that's okay. If you're into this kind of thing, I'm hosting a 3-part writing course. We get started February 7th, and I'll drop the link in the show notes. If you're listening to this in the future and you missed out, welp. Catch you next time. And these are all tried and true methods that have worked for me and my clients. For each one of these 3, I'll give you what people usually say and what you can say instead. First one, I'd love to blah, blah, blah. So let's say, for example, you say something like, I'd love to discuss this further with you when you have the time. Again, this is via email, so you're reaching out to someone and you want to connect with them. I'd love to discuss this further with you when you have the time. Versus, are you available next week for 30 minutes to discuss which pieces of your operation still need work? It's very specific. It gives context onto the time, like how long you'll be meeting, so people know what to expect. They know what they're saying yes to, and it's rooted in their availability. So are you available next week? It's all about them. Everyone wants to talk about themselves, and what you love is not the focus in emails. And so I implore you to focus on writing you, you instead of I as best you can. Number 2, let's say there's a conference coming up. It's in your industry and you want to pitch yourself as a speaker. So like you want to host a workshop or some type of talk. Instead of saying something like, I was wondering if I could present at your fall 2026 conference. I hope I'm not reaching out too late. Instead, say something that highlights their expertise and how organized they are, and make it clear that you're solving a problem for them. So say something like, I'm sure you already have your fall programming in place, but I'm checking in just in case you have a last minute spot to fill. I'm so-and-so, and I'm the greatest to ever do it. Alternatively, say you're like me and you help people identify which type of conferences or speaking gigs they would be a best fit for. Here's what I would say. I'm sure you're already aware that you're wonderfully qualified to pitch yourself for conference speaking gigs. Have you considered getting help deciding which conferences to pitch? If so, and then I would introduce myself and how I can help. So as you can see, we're hyping them up. Again, everyone wants to hear about themselves. It's not about you wanting a new client. Let's say you're pitching a service, right? It's not about you wanting a new client, or it's not about you getting a speaking gig. It's about you solving a problem for that reader. We're all humans. And so focus on the person that is going to receive that email and how they're going to receive it. Last one, let's say you need to reschedule a meeting. Instead of saying, I get this all the time. And this was inspired by an email that I got last week, actually. So instead of, I've had a bunch of meetings pop up, and I was wondering if you'd be able to change our meeting time on Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Instead, just say, does any time after 2 p.m. Tuesday work for you? Thank you so much for being flexible. If Tuesday is a no-go, would Wednesday or Thursday work for you? Or something of that sort. But basically, I will preemptively thank people for their flexibility. And you still can provide context and just say something like, I had something pop up. But even that, for me personally, I don't really care. Either way, you need to reschedule. So let's just dive into that. I do not care that you had a bunch of meetings pop up because it's snowing or your kid got sick. And so now you need to go here. It's cool. Things happen. Just jump ahead to rescheduling. And there you have it. 3 super simple yet effectively manipulative phrases to try out in your next email. I hope these help you get what you want. I'm Megan Smila-Burke, a writer, teacher, and researcher. Until the next episode of Learned by Doing, come play in my world at meganburke.com. That's MEGANBURKE.com. See you soon.